Are you tired of going to the doctor with the same issue over and over again and never getting any relief? Are you tired of buying all types of vitamins and supplements, hoping but not knowing for sure that they will keep you healthy? Or are you getting enough of the right kind of nutrients that your specific body needs? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you need a nutritional blood analysis. With a nutritional blood analysis, we can take one drop of blood from a prick of your finger and analyze your body's nutritional needs, nutritional deficiencies, and nutritional imbalances. This analysis can provide an early warning of possible future health challenges so you can make the changes now to avoid the negative outcome. A nutritional blood analysis can be used to monitor a health challenge before and after adopting an approach to restore health and balance. It will also allow you the ability to determine the effectiveness of various approaches to restoring and balancing your health. So don't wait. Make your appointment. Stop guessing with your health. Know what works for sure. 901-602-7063.
Graphics Printing, located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, a complete print shop for all your printing needs. They do it all: color copies, resumes, funeral programs, rubber stamps, full-color business cards, wedding and graduation invitations, and more. 30-plus years of quality work and service. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, Tennessee, 901-345-9294. Graphics Printing. CJ Used Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances has the best prices in town. Sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'm telling you, they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances. C&S Motors Auto Sales, located at 2508 Summer Avenue, here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-323-8778. C&S Motors Auto Sales has been around since 1984. Go by and see Chris today for some of the best pre-owned and used vehicles in the city. They have SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, whatever you're looking for in pre-owned used vehicles. Hey, you can find it right there at C&S Motors Auto Sales. See Chris since 1984. They will treat you right. Call them at 901-323-8778. That's 901-323-8778. 2508 Summer Avenue, C&S Motors Auto Sales.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol, here to explain the Tennessee Hands-Free Law, which is a new state law effective July 1st, 2019. In Public Chapter 412, it makes it illegal for a driver to hold a cell phone or a mobile device with any part of their body, to write, send, or read any text-based communication, to reach for a cell phone or mobile device in a manner that requires the driver to no longer be in a seated driving position or properly restrained by a seatbelt, to watch a video or a movie on a cell phone or a mobile device, and to record or broadcast video on a cell phone or a mobile device. So, can I still talk on my cell phone while driving? Yes. A driver is permitted to use an earpiece, headphone device, or a device worn on a wrist to conduct a voice-based communication. The driver may use one button on a cell phone or mobile device to initiate or terminate voice communication, and voice-based communication may also be used to send a text message. Learn more at handsfreetn.com.
Yeah, I'ma get it, that's for sure. I envision, then I go. Yeah, I don't never look back, I on my own, kick that. I'm gon' have the world grip, ayy. I just tuck my head and then I might pray. Satan tryna get me on my game, but he might pray. Always wanted to be more, I'm feeling like I'm Ray. I slept in Super Ace and now I'm chilling with the Grays. Diligent, I'm a rocket. Reading jeans like I'm Harden. I'm Chris Breezy, I'm popping. No more games, time to lock in. Got say the planet, I'm on it. Going for my dreams, yeah, I'm on a ultra beam. I'ma get it, that's for sure. I envision, then I go. I don't never look back on the go. Pray hard and then I work and that's for sure. I'ma get it, that's for sure. I envision, then I go. I don't never look back on the
And welcome to another edition live of Talk Back Live Sports. I am here. I'm in the building. I am your host, Joshua Midget, ready to get it going on another Monday afternoon. Definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in, for watching, for listening, wherever you may be, and I appreciate it as always. So we are on. We are live. We're in full effect once again, man. And, man, what a weekend. What a weekend of sports, and we're going to dive right on into it. If you want to call into the show, the lines are wide open. You can call in. Numbers going right above my head there, 901-213-6020. Once again, 901-213-6020, and you can join the conversation. A lot of stuff to get to, y'all. Y'all come on in the room. See y'all constantly coming in, checking in, and I appreciate that. Also, if you get an opportunity, share this video on your Facebook page. Let people know what's going on with Talk Back Live Network and Talk Back Live Sports. With yours truly, Joshua Midget, in the building as your host on today. So, man, so much to get to. Where would I start? I mean, you had to start here. It's Classic this weekend, which actually turned out to be a really good game, by the way, with Tennessee State making a furious comeback, but falling short to Jackson State, and that's locally. And the game that started out as a blowout came to be pretty close there. You're talking about the Memphis Tigers football team beating down South Alabama. That was a good showing for Tiger football. Not going to get into that too much because really nothing much of note to talk about other than the Tigers getting a win that they should have won. So that was a good thing to see happen. But moving forward, most of the news for today, just to let y'all know right off the top, it's going to come from the NFL. And that is, first starting off is Dak Prescott. Now, I know when I see Cowboys fans coming in, and I know some of y'all are like, what? He's starting with a Cowboys person, a Cowboys quarterback, a Cowboys-related topic, and yeah, that's what I'm doing. To my chagrin or disapproval, I guess you could say. But no, to be real, man, and this is what I do on Talk Back Live Sports. I try to be real with you guys. I try to tell the truth, no matter what's going on or my opinion of a player or a situation. Doesn't matter. It's about what's really happening. I give this guy all the credit in the world. And I see y'all already coming in. Verdell shouting out Brady's noodle arm, and that's true. And that's going to be a whole nother discussion because he didn't prove nothing to me, leading up so far in this season. But that's for Tiger football, and that's for later. But right now in the NFL, Dak Prescott. I'm starting off with a Cowboys quarterback because he deserves it. Dakota Prescott. Man, you know what? I got to say, and I think a lot of people coming into this season, even including myself, and even some Cowboys fans, to be honest with you, they were looking at the money Dak was demanding. They were looking at everything around him, and some people feel mediocre play from Dak. But you got to give credit where it's due.
James.
And the man has been balling out. We're going to go to the phone lines because we getting right into it here. I got James calling in. James, y'all already know it's going to be something crazy. What's up, James? What's going on?
What's up with you, player?
Man, feeling good. What's happening, man?
Hey, you know what?
What's up?
I always been on Dak Prescott's bandwagon.
Okay.
When he was at Mississippi State.
Yeah.
No, because I was like, y'all won't let him throw.
Yeah?
You know, their offense is designed to let the quarterback run. Even now, if you look at Mississippi State Bulldogs,
yeah,
that white boy, all he do is run.
That's all he does. So you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
That's their offense.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, because Dak I think he beat Alabama one time.
Yeah, I think they did. I think because they were number 1 in the country when he was there. And undefeated.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So when Dallas got him and he got in that preseason game and he threw it off, and everybody was like, damn. We got this man in late rounds, like nobody got him.
Yeah.
And he threw all touchdowns. I think he beat the Rams or whatever. And then he got the starting job because Romo got his back, hurt or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyhow, Dak could throw. They just wouldn't let him throw in college.
Yeah, I think you're right, man. Look, that's one thing I remember exactly what you're talking about. Romo broke his back again, and that's where Dak got his start there. And when he started showing his arm, I mean, I was like, where did this come from? Because a lot of folks thought Dak was like Tim Tebow 2.0. You know what I'm saying? And that's because, like you said, the way Mississippi State was playing him, it wasn't like Tebow because he couldn't really throw. It was because, they limited Dak in that capacity. But Dak, man, look, all I know is right now, he's an even better passer than he was coming into the league. And, I mean, this dude is legit. No matter what you think about the Cowboys, if he's playing like this, it's something to say. Now, I'm going to say this, and you may have something more to say about it. It was the Giants and the Redskins. So we need to slow down a little bit because these are two of the worst teams in the history of pro football that they started off the season with. So that's a little bit of a qualifier, but still, I'm very impressed with what I've seen.
Yeah, I think they need to go ahead and pay him.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, break the bank. If you got to trade some people, trade them. Because Dak is the reason they winning, period.
Yeah.
It ain't their defense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't Amari Cooper. And, and they got Zeke. They paid Zeke. They do need him. But Pollard out there balling.
Mm-hmm.
So, at the end of the day, they need to keep Zach. Go ahead and pay that man. And don't disrespect the man playing games. And we need to see, we need to wait. You don't need to wait for what? That's why they win.
Yeah, you're right. And see, Dak's proven it, man. Look, this is how you get leverage, though. You go out there and ball out, and you show, okay, you think it's all about Zeke, and there's no disrespect to Zeke. I mean, Zeke's great, to be honest. But, look, this is a quarterback's league. And Zeke has been the guy, probably because they really have leaned on Zeke more than Dak, to be honest with you. I think they even felt themselves that Dak can only do so much, but I feel like Dak has started the season off, plus the new offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore for the Cowboys. I feel like he's letting Dak do things he's comfortable doing, kind of letting him show his arm off a little bit, and that's a good thing.
I'm glad the Cowboys, they winning or whatever. I ain't a Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
But, they drafted well. I got to give I take my hat off to Jerry Jones. He drafts well. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. Even when he went, remember, he passed on Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, he did. And look, he loves Johnny. He loves Johnny.
Yeah, and they got on. The fans got on him.
Yeah.
But see, he know what he's doing. He said, no, I know what's up with this dude. Mm-hmm. We took a tack. I think he took like an offensive lineman. So he's serious. And see, when they got Dak, they did want another quarterback.
Yeah.
But they had him rated high because they said, like, people don't know what this dude can do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they bought him in. And they need to go ahead and pay him, though. They're going to pay him. And I'm not a Cowboy fan. I don't like the Cowboys.
Yeah, me either.
But, they're doing it. So you got to praise them or whatever, Mm-hmm. And, and like people like get on Antonio Brown.
Mm-hmm.
But Brown got out, Brown got out of there. Brown saw that house was burning down. He saw the Steelers was down. And look at them. They 0-2.
0-2. Look, terrible. Seattle comes back and beats them at home, a home opener. And now, which was another thing I was going to get to, Big Ben is out for the year with an elbow injury or something crazy going on.
Big Ben is overweight. He always been overweight.
I can't lie.
He can't take a hit. He can't take a hit. So if you can't take a hit, I don't care how good you are.
Yeah.
You can't play in the NFL.
You're right.
You can't play in the NBA. You can't. If somebody can't hard foul you, if you get hard foul and you out for the year, you can't play in the NFL. So or the NBA.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is they paid this white boy $43 million off some we need to renew your contract because of Tom Brady. You ain't no Tom Brady.
Now you talking
People
about
killing me about these dudes. You ain't Tom Brady. I can see Tom Brady, getting his money.
yeah.
But all these dudes, Eli Manning, all these dudes trying to hang around. Well, Tom playing into his 40s. I'm going to try to stretch it till I'm 40. You can't put, bruh, you done. End it. Give it up. Let somebody else come in.
But
you
look,
35,
I got
your game is done.
I hear you, James, but here's the thing. I don't disagree, but whose fault is that? It's the Steelers' fault for being stupid. I don't blame Ben for taking the money. He's like, hey, y'all gonna give it to him and go ahead. But here's the Steelers' problem. And now they're facing it right in the mouth. They ain't drafted nobody. They ain't drafted a quarterback. I don't know why. Big Ben has been injury prone. He's been beat up his whole career. Just like you say, he's been mostly out of shape. He's always had a really good arm. And he's had a good career, don't get me wrong. But he's underperformed in the playoffs, always losing to the Patriots. Doesn't show up when you need him to, except maybe the Super Bowl run they made that one year. And that was a lot to do with guys like Santonio Holmes and the defense. But and James Harrison. But Ben is done. He's done, especially with this injury. He's done, and they don't have nobody. They traded Josh Dobbs, the quarterback, the Tennessee quarterback, away for no reason at all. Traded him to Jacksonville just to give them another young quarterback. Yeah,
they traded Josh because he outplayed Rudolph in the preseason, and the fans want the fans want the white boy. You know what I'm saying? They want the white boy. So they went nuts for the white boy when he was throwing touchdowns in the preseason. So they got rid of Dobbs. I'm like, yo, Dobbs is the quarterback. That's the second string. Yeah. Y'all act like Rudolph is second string. They were doing interviews. Look, I'm a fan. I'm still a fan. I'm out on their website doing interviews with Mason Rudolph. I'm like, what the fuck y'all bigging up Rudolph for?
Well, hold on. Calm down a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't ready. Josh, I like Rudolph. He ain't ready. He need a couple of years to get ready. I saw him miss a 2-point. Guy wide open. He missed the guy. Go look at the video. You'll see he missed the guy wide open.
Well, here's the thing, James, and I'm gonna let you go after this. But here's the thing. I agree with you on that point with Mason Rudolph. Now he just got in there because I think from Oklahoma State. I think he was. He's like a Big Ben clone. And I think that's why some fans like him like that. But here's the thing. Josh Dobbs at Tennessee was underwhelming because similar to Dak Prescott, Butch Jones was a stupid coach. And he put in situations, wasn't able to show off the arm that he had. And when he did, he showed out, man. But James, man, I appreciate the call, man. A lot of good stuff. Okay, man. Right. Thanks. All right, that's James, 901-213-6020. Yeah, and, just to let y'all know. And I know, James, getting excited or whatever, but we don't allow that type of profanity on the show. So just let anybody else know in the future. To control yourself while we're talking, man. There's nothing wrong with talking it up, but we don't allow that. So just kind of putting that out there. But, hey, as far as talking about the Steelers and everything, they put themselves in the hole that they're in right now. Antonio Brown's gone. Maybe that's their thing, maybe not. Big Ben is done for the year, and you're left with an unproven Mason Rudolph. Maybe he proves me wrong. Maybe he proves me and James wrong and actually shows out, in this whole thing. But we will see what happens. But I'm seeing some comments coming in here. I know I hadn't seen some of them. Verdell, when he was talking about Dak Prescott, says he looks way more comfortable and his footwork is much better so far this year. Frankie says, well, Sunday, we definitely play the worst team, the Dolphins. You're right, Frankie. Good afternoon, Frankie. Appreciate you coming in. And look, the Miami Dolphins, I said the Giants and the Redskins, but the Dolphins are clearly the worst team currently in the league. I mean, they look like a Division II college. That's how bad they look. And that's pretty bad. And the worst part about it, after the first game of the season, the Dolphins fans were ready, well, not the fans, but the players.
they were demanding trades. He had like 6 or 7 of their best players demanding to be traded. A few days ago, Minka Fitzpatrick, who's the former stud defensive safety at Alabama, very talented young player. He hadn't been there but a couple of years. He's demanding to be traded. Everybody's trying to leave. I guess they see no hope. Even with bad teams, usually, there's some sign, a glimpse of hope. They want to fight and to make the team better. No, they all want out of there. And you can tell by their effort in Miami, so it's kind of a sad deal. And I see the picture of the crying Michael Jordan, a.k.a. Ben Roethlisberger, and that's a sad face. That is the face of all of Steeler Nation right now, what you see with Big Ben. So I'm going to go back here. Y'all see kind of some of the stuff I want to get to through these pictures. But secondly, kind of skipped around a little bit with James. Here's another thing I want to get to, and I did not get to it in the first week because I wasn't on that Monday. But man, oh man, am I so happy to see the success of Lamar Jackson, the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens, the man who everybody said can't be a quarterback, the man that everybody said can't throw the football, the man that said he needs to be a running back or a wide receiver coming out of college, all because of, assuming that he can't throw the football. Even myself, I admit all the time about things I thought. I did not think Lamar Jackson was ready for this job, but I didn't think he was as bad as some of these analysts like to say that he was coming out of college. You're talking about a guy that was a Heisman Trophy winner. You're talking about a guy that was consistently one of the most exciting players in college football at Louisville for back-to-back seasons. A guy that had constant 300, 400-yard passing games and 300-yard rushing games. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that nobody thought Lamar Jackson can do anything coming in the league. You got guys like Josh Allen coming in even more unproven than Lamar Jackson, but they think he can come in. Oh, he's a project, but he's worth at least a top 10 pick in the draft. Why not Lamar Jackson? Lamar Jackson played in a tougher conference than Josh Allen and all these other guys in the ACC, playing against top competition, constantly showing up game after game against the best talent, the Clemsons of the world. Clemson constantly going to the national title. Lamar Jackson's out there going blow for blow with these guys, winning the Heisman Trophy. It is a racial bias when it comes to quarterbacks of color in the league and in evaluations. No matter what you want to say, when you look at a guy like Lamar Jackson or a Dak Prescott or whoever else you want to say, or even a Kyler Murray, who they were trying to get him to go play baseball. No, all of these guys can throw and run the football. Whenever a lot of guys look at a black quarterback, you immediately put them in a certain circle. They never compare them to the Peyton Mannings or the Drew Breeses of the world. They always get compared to the running quarterbacks, the Michael Vicks or the Steve McNairs, who was a great passer as well. They never get credit for that part of their game. So, he's an athlete. He can do this. He can do that. No. Lamar Jackson proved after 1 year. 1 year. I love the Ravens. First of all, Ozzie Newsome was no longer the general manager with the Ravens. Gave and took a chance on Lamar Jackson. Drafted him. I love the Ravens for dumping Joe Flacco's mediocre self on the bench and going with Lamar Jackson last year, throwing him in the fire because they believed in this young man. And he went out there and balled out last year more than I expected. I didn't expect it. I almost thought they were putting him in position to fail because I didn't think he was ready. Going into the playoffs, he put them in the best position to win. Almost came back to beat the Chargers in the playoffs. He came back this year, and through 2 games, he is proving he can not only run, as we already knew, but he can sling that football all over the field. Putting up big numbers in the first game, continued to do so this past Sunday. Ironically, against the Arizona Cardinals and Kyler Murray, who's another young black quarterback who was drafted number 1 in the draft by the Arizona Cardinals. So you got 2 young black quarterbacks going head-to-head in that matchup. Kyler Murray, who's another Oklahoma product, threw for over 357 yards And then Lamar Jackson on the Ravens side had a big game as well, running and throwing the football. This dude is going to be the real deal. I think he's going to be better than Josh Allen, who showed me something, because the Bills are 2-0. They have not looked terrible, but they're not going to win nothing. Don't get fooled by the Bills, the Buffalo Bills, at all. Nobody is good in that division except the Patriots. But they're starting off 2-0, so they deserve credit there. But I had to go in, and I had to give all the credit in the world to Lamar Jackson, a guy that nobody thought could play. And he went out there and proved the world wrong, and I hope he continues to do so as well, man. And he's not out here bragging and saying too much about it or boasting too much on himself. He's saying, hey, I'm just taking care of my business, and that's what you need to do going forward. 901-213-6020 if you want to call in. Join the conversation. Talking a lot of stuff on today, man. I gave credit to Dak Prescott, gave some criticism where it's due to the Steelers and Big Ben, and now to another story that is quite interesting, and there you see the two men racing, and that is Tom Brady and Antonio Brown hugging it up in Miami after really in the middle of the game. I'm sure this was probably after the touchdown pass that Tom Brady threw to Antonio Brown. But man, oh man, I got to tell you, that potential combination is going to be deadly if Antonio Brown makes it through this situation with the lawsuit. If all of that clears out of his way, this situation is going to be very deadly, not only for as a combination for the Patriots, but for the rest of the league. Now, I'm not a Patriots fan, y'all know this. But it doesn't matter. Greatness is greatness, and the Patriots are consistent greatness. And I'm going to tell you something. The very fact that Antonio Brown did not face any punishment whatsoever by the Patriots is telling you what the Patriots think about the NFL's investigation and what they think about people that say, hey, you need to sit Antonio Brown down. Bill Belichick is saying, hey, forget all of y'all. I don't care. I'm playing him because he's great. I'm playing him because he can play, and I'm playing him as long as I can before something crazy happens and he's going to end up getting suspended. You know what I'm saying? So it's really going to be entertaining to see what happens going forward with the AB and TB12 in New England. Now, Antonio Brown had 4 catches, 48 yards, and a touchdown pass that was thrown to him by Tom Brady. All I'm saying is they may have had some miscommunications here and there, but all things considered, that's going to be a scary, dangerous 1-2 punch for the foreseeable future. And it's going to be crazy, man. But, once again, now I know some of y'all may be wondering, well, what's going on with the investigation with Antonio Brown and Brittany Taylor? Y'all know I went through all the details last week, piece by piece when it came to that situation. Well, the reason why you hadn't heard anything is because nothing has happened. The investigation started today. And the Patriots knew the investigation started today by the NFL, so they said, hey, look, we're not going to worry about all that stuff right now. We're going to get you on the field and get as much out of you as possible before something crazy happens and we won't have you anymore. So get out on that field. Now, the NFL and Brittany Taylor were scheduled to meet today to start the investigation, to start questioning her and getting her account of what happened between her and Antonio Brown. So this is where we're going to start hearing some things. So we'll see what happens. We already know her side of the story and his side of the story. So Antonio Brown seems rather confident that he's going to come out on top in this situation, but we shall see going forward. Now, another thing on Antonio Brown, who continues to take the news up, and the reason why I'm bringing him up again, there is another sexual allegation that came up today against Antonio Brown. And this is with a lady that is a painter. It says she came to paint a mural at his house or something like that. It's a weird story. She says that she was painting, and like I said, don't have all the details on it, but I read some right before I came on. And it's literally just coming up here that so she was painting something, and he walked up behind her and was completely naked and only had like a wash out covering his frontal, man area. And, she just looked at him and continued painting because she said she's used to men coming on to her. Well, first of all, this is a little bit more than men coming on to you. I'm not laughing about the situation because it's very creepy. There's more than men just coming on to you. I don't think you shouldn't be used to men walking up to you naked. Completely naked. No. So I don't know what to think about that. She said nothing happened. Said he just walked up to her naked. And she continued to paint and ignored him. She then left. And he paid her for her service that she did, painting the house, painting some mural. She came back and gave him a picture that she had painted for him to post on social media. Very weird, right? You can read this on Sports Illustrated, his website. And I'm also share it on the Facebook page as well. All that happened. He paid her for her 2 days of painting. And that was all she ever heard from him. I'm like, okay, was that even worth reporting? You know what I'm saying? The Brittany Taylor situation is a lot more serious. I mean, she actually says he raped her, physically, literally raped her, as opposed to this. Now, it's creepy, and it kind of goes in line with what Brittany Taylor was saying that he did to her. So I don't know, man. All I know is Antonio Brown, got to get your stuff together. Maybe he's just an easy target right now. I don't know what to say, but it's just very, very weird with Antonio Brown. So we'll see going forward. It's going to be an interesting situation to see develop. Next, y'all see that man right there with his, New Orleans Saints outfit, uniform, and that is Drew Brees. One of y'all brought him up a few minutes ago. Drew Brees, quarterback of the Saints, legendary player, quarterback, all that stuff. Y'all know who he is. As GKP says, y'all already know who he is. And the Saints got beat down by the Rams. They went marching in and marched right out with a 27-6 loss, I believe. What was the final score? It was either 6 or 9. But the story coming out of the game was this photo right here. And this wasn't just a random photo I picked, to fit the topic. This is the exact moment that Drew Brees hurt his hand. You can see the look on his face if you zoom in on his face there. You see a painful expression, and you see who is widely considered the best defensive tackle and lineman in the NFL, Aaron Donald, reaching out and beginning to grab or slap at Drew Brees' hand as he's coming forward and has just released the football. So with that amount of velocity of his hand heading right into Aaron Donald's hand, you see the pain on his face. So that has resulted in Drew Brees being out. It came out this morning again, around the same time the Big Ben story came out. Drew Brees is out for at least 6 weeks with the Saints. Now, that is another bad situation, because you're talking about a Saints team that relies on Drew Brees quite a bit. He's been the anchor of that organization for a long, long time. And once again, in a theme that has been all too repetitive for certain teams, and that's, including the Steelers and now the New Orleans Saints, another team that has just not done a good job in finding a replacement for their star. Drew Brees has been around forever, and they have not drafted a replacement or even given an effort to draft a young man or look toward a young quarterback at all. And he is at the tail end of his career. Still a good player, but you don't wait until he's done to get a replacement. You go and you be a smart organization and you draft a guy to be the future. A lot of teams seem to wait till it's too late. Look at the Giants and Eli Manning. Look at that mess they got going on. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Jones, who's basically Eli's twin brother. You know what I'm saying? It's just poor organizational building by these teams. But all that being said, Drew Brees is out. That's going to be pretty painful for them. But let's look at it this way. Teddy Bridgewater. Y'all ain't heard that name in a while. Teddy B, that is, gets another opportunity. Bridgewater, you remember he had that brutal injury to his knee where he basically destroyed it in his leg. It was one of those things that could have been a career-ending injury right when he was starting to get momentum as a starting quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings. And that's ironically another black quarterback and another quarterback that was at Louisville before Lamar Jackson. So Teddy B gets an opportunity with the Saints, and we'll see what he has, man. This is a great chance for him to redeem his career, a great chance for either the Saints to see him as the next guy or for another team in the future to see that Teddy can still play football and can still be serviceable either as a starter or a backup quarterback. So I think this is pretty crucial for his career going forward with Teddy Bridgewater. But we'll see what happens with that. But I'm happy that Teddy Bridgewater gets another opportunity to start at quarterback. But, of course, I don't like it under these circumstances at the expense of Drew Brees. You don't want to see guys get hurt and have to drop their spot for that reason. So, once again, we'll see how that happens going forward with Teddy Bridgewater. Now, what's next here? Y'all see the Pittsburgh Steelers. We already talked about that. How about this as a question? You know what? Forget that question. We only got a few minutes. I'm going to skip something else I want to talk about. And I know a lot of y'all have been waiting on this because I did not bring it up at the start of the show. I did not bring it up this morning on the show. And I'm going to go ahead and bring it up right now. So, this past Sunday, second game of the season, coming off of a momentous first game against the Cleveland Browns. A game where the Browns were the most hyped team coming into the league, a national stage. Everybody's eyes were on Cleveland. But instead of Baker Mayfield, they got to see the Baker go down to the Titans defense over and over again. And many people wondered, are the Titans for real? Have they finally found the right formula to move into the good to great category as a franchise? Are they beginning to make the steps to become great? Well, to me, a big sign to that point would have been this week. This past Sunday, the Indianapolis Colts came into town. The Indianapolis Colts that have been and I say our because y'all know I'm a lifelong Titans fan, a thorn in our side for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. Going back to when Steve McNair was alive and kicking and balling with my Titans with Eddie George, as you see pictured to the right of me. When Peyton Manning was out there throwing the ball around the field and beating my Titans. All the way till he handed it off to his heir apparent Andrew Luck. And he threw the ball around the field and beat my Titans for years and years. No matter how close the game, no matter how bad the Colts were, no matter what the circumstances, the Colts continued to beat the Titans. It was a tradition. McNair overcame it maybe a few times, especially the year where they were co-MVPs with McNair and Peyton Manning that one year. But I don't know what it is about the Colts. Whether it's in Indianapolis or in Tennessee, something always happens, no matter how the game is going. I watched that game from start to finish. I saw the Titans struggle on offense consistently to start the game. I saw Jacoby Brissett and Mack, their running back named Mack, a guy nobody's ever heard of, but he's a really good player. I'm not going to knock him. Really underrated. drive up and down the field and score first. And I'm thinking, okay, this is just like what happened in Cleveland. Cleveland did the same thing. I'm not worried. Time goes on. The Titans completely flipped the game in the second half. I believe it was 13-7 heading into halftime, but the Titans had picked up some offensive momentum. Heading into the third quarter, the Titans dominate the third quarter defensively, offensively, sacking Jacoby Brissett, getting pressure from our defensive line that's done a really good job. Cameron Wake, Jarrell Casey, Sharif Finch, all the boys, man, on the defense. Logan Ryan with interceptions, Adoree Jackson, all these guys, Kevin Byard, highest paid safety in the NFL. All these guys balling out on defense for the entire game. But who blew the game? The offense. Again, blew the game. Every opportunity. Vinatieri missed 35 field goals in the game. He missed all his extra points. He missed every kick you can imagine for the Colts. They turned the ball over. They fumbled. They threw interceptions. They didn't even play a good game, the Colts did. Our defense did a great job, and the offense let them down again. On a day where they retired the jerseys of two of the greatest players in Titans history, the cornerstones of this franchise, Steve McNair and Eddie George, the only two guys that have any real success with this program. Steve McNair and Eddie George took this team to a Super Bowl. Steve McNair and Eddie George took this team to multiple playoff games. I remember the game in the snow where the Titans should have beaten the New England Patriots. And the referees cheated us out of that and cheated the Patriots into going to another Super Bowl that year. I remember that all too well. But at least we were in the playoffs consistently. At least we were winning division titles. We can't even get to the playoffs anymore. This is crazy. And a guy I wanted to believe in so bad, a quarterback I wanted to believe in, that I saw promise in, that I saw potential in, that I still see potential in, but I'm about through with potential after year 5. This is his 5th year in the league, and he's talking about learning to not stare down receivers with interceptions. He's talking about learning to get rid of the ball instead of taking a sack and losing 10 yards. You're holding the ball for 10 seconds, throw it away. If nobody's open, throw it away. He says in the press conference, it's something I got to learn to do. This is your 5th year in the league, man. You ain't learned by now? What are you doing? No. That's not acceptable anymore, man. It's not. It's not. This is the Colts. This is supposed to be the year that Mariota takes that next step. You got a new offensive coordinator. I know he's had a bunch of offensive coordinators his time as a Titan. 2 years ago, Mariota had 26 touchdowns and 10 interceptions, looked like one of the promising young quarterbacks in the league. You're talking about the year where we had a terrible head coach in Mike Mularkey, and we made the playoffs. It makes me wonder, should we bring him back? We made it to the second round of the playoffs 2 years ago with Mike Mularkey, one of the worst coaches in the history of football. We beat the Kansas City Chiefs and Alex Smith in Arrowhead Stadium when Marcus Mariota caught a tipped ball at the 1-yard line, threw it, knocked it back at him, catches it, dives in the end zone. He looked like a winner. Derrick Henry turned into the star that he is. Delaney Walker is one of the best tight ends in the league. You have two of the best young receiving prospects in the NFL with A.J. Brown and Corey Davis. You have a defense that's legitimately now top 5 at least. Consistently. The best secondary. That's been a problem for the Titans for years. You got young guys, older vets. You got the perfect mix. Malcolm Butler, Logan Ryan, Adoree Jackson, Kevin Byard. I mean, you got the linebacking core taken care of. With Rashad Evans, Wesley Woodyard, Sharif Finch, Cameron Wake, Jarrell Casey. I can name all these guys. I'm a legit fan of this team. I know all these guys. Offensive line is supposed to be a strength, but it's not. Mariota constantly gets sacked. One is because of the offensive line. I know the offensive line has been a problem. I know Taylor Lewan got himself suspended before the season, and that has put the team in a bad position to start the year. But you still have to learn how to block guys. These guys are huge. You got to do something. So I'll give Mariota that. And I'm still going to give him a few more games. But I don't want to see this passive Brady White-looking stuff on the field. He looks like he's scared to play football, scared to throw, scared to run. When the whole C part's in the middle of the field, you can run for a first down, but you throw it behind the line of scrimmage to Derrick Henry, who drops the ball. Tajay Sharp, last point I'll make. You still had a chance to win the game after blowing it late. Titans driving down the field. First down. Mariota's good in last-second situations for whatever reason. He gets bold, starts to make better passes, quicker decisions when the game's on the line and you're forced to. They're driving down the field. 3rd and 1. Seconds left. No timeouts left. Right in the middle of the field, Tajay Sharp catches the ball past the first down line, jumps backwards 5 yards. He catches it past the first down line, runs backwards 5 yards to try to get more yards, gets tackled short of the first down line. What are you doing? That is terrible. That's all I got to say. The worst stuff ever. That loss was inexcusable. It's unacceptable. And even though we need to move forward, Thursday Night Football, national TV, the Titans are playing this week. Early, short week. Y'all stay tuned for that. Jacksonville, another big divisional game. But all I got to say is, man, I am disgusted and appalled and ashamed. That's all I got to say, man. That's why I shaved that for last. I know I didn't have any more energy to talk after I said all this stuff. It's over with, man, but definitely rest in peace, Steve McNair. Thank you, Eddie George, for your service with the Titans. Y'all see that picture. I didn't even bring up the picture. Eddie George, when he got his jersey retired. And there's the last picture of the show that I want y'all to see, and that is of two champions, Steve McNair and Eddie George. Legitimately two of my favorite athletes ever in sports. That made me football fans and made me fans of football and sports and everything else. Those two guys right there. So definitely shout out to them. I'm glad the jersey was retired and the Titans honored them like they should have. The end of Steve McNair's career as a Titan was terrible. I blame Jeff Fisher. It was the worst and most disrespectful way to ever treat somebody that put his body on the line for the franchise like Steve McNair did. He played hurt. He played when he should have been in the hospital. All because he wanted to win. And Jeff Fisher and that terrible, the guys that were over the organization at the time. I love the people that own the team and are over the team now. But those pathetic people that were over the franchise at that point locked Steve McNair out of the locker room and unceremoniously traded him in the most disrespectful way possible to the Baltimore Ravens. So with that being said, I am so glad that this new administration of the Titans are honoring guys that should have been honored a long time ago. So that is the high note I will end the show on today. I appreciate y'all, man. We're going to go and get out of here. And that's going to do it for me. And until next time, y'all, tomorrow, as a matter of fact, that new segment coming up, we'll talk about that later. But until next time, I will talk to you guys next time.
Are you tired of going to the doctor with the same issue over and over again and never getting any relief? Are you tired of buying all types of vitamins and supplements, hoping but not knowing for sure that they will keep you healthy? Or are you getting enough of the right kind of nutrients that your specific body needs? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you need a nutritional blood analysis. With a nutritional blood analysis, we can take one drop of blood from a prick of your finger and analyze your body's nutritional needs, nutritional deficiencies, and nutritional imbalances. This analysis can provide an early warning of possible future health challenges so you can make the changes now to avoid the negative outcome. A nutritional blood analysis can be used to monitor a health challenge before and after adopting an approach to restore health and balance. It will also allow you the ability to determine the effectiveness of various approaches to restoring and balancing your health. So don't wait. Make your appointment. Stop guessing with your health. Know what works for sure. 901-602-7063.
Graphics Printing, located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, a complete print shop for all your printing needs. They do it all. Color copies, resumes, funeral programs, rubber stamps, full-color business cards, wedding and graduation invitations, and more. 30-plus years of quality work and service. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, Tennessee, 901-345-9294. Graphics Printing. CJ Used Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances have the best prices in town, sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'll tell you, they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances. C&S Motors Auto Sales, located at 2508 Summer Avenue, here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-323-8778. C&S Motors Auto Sales has been around since 1984. Go by and see Chris today for some of the best pre-owned and used vehicles in the city. They have SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, whatever you're looking for in pre-owned used vehicles. Hey, you can find it right there at C&S Motors Auto Sales. See Chris since 1984. They will treat you right. Call them at 901-323-8778. That's 901-323-8778. 2508 Summer Avenue, C&S Motors Auto Sales.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol, here to explain the Tennessee Hands-Free Law, which is a new state law effective July 1st, 2019. In Public Chapter 412, it makes it illegal for a driver to hold a cell phone or a mobile device with any part of their body, to write, send, or read any text-based communication, to reach for a cell phone or mobile device in a manner that requires the driver to no longer be in a seated driving position or properly restrained by a seatbelt, to watch a video or a movie on a cell phone or a mobile device, and to record or broadcast video on a cell phone or mobile device. So, can I still talk on my cell phone while driving? Yes. A driver is permitted to use an earpiece, headphone device, or a device worn on a wrist to conduct a voice-based communication. The driver may use one button on a cell phone or mobile device to initiate or terminate voice communication, and voice-based communication may also be used to send a text message. Learn more at handsfreetn.com.